Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 15 of 30 Days of Sketches, and this is today's sketch by Lisa. As you can see, it has a portrait and a landscape photo, so I have a portrait and a landscape photo, and I am still working with my Snoqualmie kit. So let's see what I can do. All right, so I've got a couple of my papers out, and I am going to go ahead and start just cutting them away, right? Like, you can't make things happen if you don't cut your papers. So my two photos are going to be matted on some white cardstock. Now, as you can see, I'm using the highly technical fingernail dent method in my cardstock to measure where I want it to be. So I'm just going to trim that down, add a little bit of adhesive, and pop those photos right onto their photo mat. So this is a couple of up-close photos of the bottom of the train where you can see the wheels where they run over the tracks. And I just thought that this was ridiculously cool, you guys. Like, it was just ridiculously cool. So got a couple of those up close photos. So I am using two 6x8 papers from that Simple Stories collection. The name is escaping me right now, but I'm sure I'll remember it on a different video because that's how it happens. I've also got this paper right here, this floral paper, and I thought that this was gorgeous with this teal distressed wood paper. So this paper, the teal distressed wood, is from Hobby Lobby. You guys, it has been a hot minute since I've been in a Hobby Lobby. I know that the scrapbooking stuff went clearance last month, and I still haven't been in one. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, who am I? Yeah. I don't really go into a Target much anymore either. It's kind of real. It's kind of weird. Like, you know, you stop working there and you just don't go. To be fair, I do have to travel a little bit to get to a Hobby Lobby, like, you know, half an hour or so. Not that that's far away, but it's in the opposite direction of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I started rambling there. Sorry about that. Or am I really sorry about that? Probably not. So I really liked the floral paper with this teal wood grain paper, right? Like, I just think it's gorgeous together. Threw across that coppery, shining, shimmering, splendid glitter tape right there. We're going to put it all the way across the layout, although I probably could have saved a bunch of it because the photos cover up a whole heck of a lot of that glitter tape. But even that little pop on either side, I think makes a big impact to the layout. So if it wasn't there, it would look funky, right? Like, the two papers butted up against to each other would look funky. I am playing around and trying to see what papers I want to add onto here. Because in the sketch, there are some places for embellishment. There's a places for a title or a quote, and a place for journaling. Now, my photos are quite larger than what's in the sketch. I am leaving my photos at 4x6, and the photos were marked down to 3.5 by 5. I could have cut my photos down, but I didn't want to. Let's be real. I wanted all of the up close and personal details that I could get, because I just found looking at these just fascinating, right? Like, I probably could have taken 130 pictures of the same exact thing just because I thought it was that cool to look at, right? That photo there on the left, I even thought about blowing that up to a 12 by 12 and just putting that as a 12 by 12 layout. But ultimately, I did not. I am doing it this way. I'm going to put some fun foam on the back of my photos here. And again, I am using my ATG. ATG works great with fun foam. When you start off of the fun foam, go over the fun foam, and end off of the fun foam. Really doesn't have a problem whatsoever. Alternatively, you could use some liquid adhesive. My favorite is Nuvo Deluxe, but you guys should know that by now. Look at that die cut up there in that right-handed corner. You guys, that die cut is trying to get on a page. It is trying so hard, and I need to make sure it gets on a page sometime soon, right? Like it's got to. I can't get through this whole month of 30 days of sketches and using this Snoqualmie kit and not be able to use that die cut, right? Like it's got to get used. So it's there. I did go ahead and matte that little bit of basic gray with that diagonal striped paper. I felt like it was important to have that differentiation between the numbers paper and the floral paper in the background. And then I'm going to put this tab over here on the top side, and then I'm bringing in those wooden train tracks from some assemblage required. And of course, I'm going to bring in my little bits of florals. So I'm not exactly sure which direction I'm going just yet. I'm just kind of playing around with the stuff and kind of trying it out and see how it feels and if I like it. As you can see, I was thinking about putting that destination little die cut down there at the bottom. And it's kind of just chilling out there. But it doesn't make it, you guys. It doesn't make it. It just doesn't. I don't know what else to say. But I am going to use some of these tickets and build little clusters surrounding those flowers and just kind of decorate the page. I love the background so much. Like that combination just kind of like makes me feel good on the inside. It like gives you the warm and fuzzy scrapbooking things, right? So I am going to make sure that I'm going to layer my florals over top of the tickets. And again, I do rip tickets in half. I cut them in half. It gives me more oomph for my ticket book buck, right? Like tickets are one thing that I've really embraced recently for scrapbooking. For the trains, I just feel like it goes with it. I've also been really enjoying tickets on my cruise pages that I made that I still have to do a layout share, which I haven't done that yet. I was kind of waiting for my photos, but I haven't even gone through and ordered photos. We all shared photos as a group, and I just haven't, gone through them yet. So I think I'll do the layout share and then add the photos and maybe, I don't know, figure out what to do from there. Who knows? But anyway, adding those tickets, adding those florals, as you can see down here at that bottom, the little die cut went away and it turned into florals and tickets. I'm just kind of going through and seeing what I've got to see what I can actually make happen, right? Like I want fun little colors. I want little pops of color. Not everything has to be the same exact color. I get a little twitchy when everything is so samey. My favorite is when I can have a group of colors that coordinate instead of colors that exactly match. That drives me insane. To have to put that pressure on myself to find a color that exactly matches. Ugh. Why would I do that to myself? No, I'll find a color that looks good with it and we will call it a day, right? I feel that that's probably an easier philosophy to use up your stuff instead of always trying to find the exact perfect color, instead of finding something that is good enough, right? Now, of course, if you're doing some sort of super sentimental project and it is just, in your heart of hearts, in your soul of souls, this is the most important scrapbooking project you could ever create, then maybe you're going to spend that extra time and extra money looking for the exact color match. But I don't think I'm there, guys. I don't think I'm there. I might have been. I might have been back in the day where I felt like I had to find the closest color, but way back in the day, even when I had that philosophy, I was broke. I didn't have enough money to find the perfect color. I mean, shoot, let's be real. my basic gray stuff that I bought back in the day was always on clearance, and the basic gray stuff I have now is because I bought it now. So anyway, there is that. I totally forgot where I was going with that, but that's fine. I might talk about it again in another video, or I might never think about it again in my life, and the thought will never come out, and that's okay. But anyway, we are moving along. So one of the things I thought was really cool on these trains were the cotter pins that held all of this together. I'm like, well, if that cotter pin goes, you're toast. And it was so crazy to me that these little cotter pins were on there. So that is what I am titling the page. Something about a little pin. I add some other words. I don't remember what it is. I made these layouts a couple days ago, and I just don't remember. It was my day off, and I just spent a couple hours scrapbooking, and it was so good, you guys. So good. I love scrapbooking. It is just so much fun for me. I was talking with my husband tonight. We were sitting out on the back porch and, just hanging out together and spending some time outside because it's beautiful out right now. I think it was like 67 degrees. So we were just talking about scrapbooking, and I told him about, my thoughts about the golden age of scrapbooking and how it's been over, because he asked me if I had placed my close to my heart order yet, because I've got some credit I got to spend. And I was talking about that, and I was like, that's been over. And I was like, the golden age back then is gone, and it's never hitting that high again. Like, we've been on a roller coaster of scrapbooking, I think, since then, and now we're in a valley. But I could care less if it gets stupid uncool to scrapbook. I love it. It is a passion of mine, and I'm not going to stop. Right? Like, I'm not going to stop just because it isn't the in thing to do. I haven't for years. I've been doing it since I was 16 years old, and we're going on almost 30 years now, because I'll be 44 this year. We're going on a long daggone time, guys. Like, I'm not going to stop now, right? Like, that, why would I? Yeah, that's not happening. So anyway, I love scrapbooking, and I'm not afraid to tell people. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to poke some holes in the layout so we can get these flowers and the brads through there. Fun fact that I did not even realize was going to happen while I was scrapbooking this layout. Since I'm using that copper chroma mist so much, I'm using a lot of my metallic copper stuff that's been in my stash forever and a day. So that's like a happy extra that I'm using up stuff. Because you guys know it, you use it so you can buy more, right? Use it so you can buy more. So anyway, and it doesn't have to be the same things. You could be moving on. I am adding those white little leaves to the florals because I have that big old white word up there that says little, and I don't know. I forget what the title is. That's no little pin. I don't know. It's something like that. Anyway, the cotter pins were really cool on the trains. That's basically what this layout is, right? The cotter pins are cool on the trains. Gonna get those copper chroma mist sprinkles on the page that I was just talking about a second ago. And then after that, you guys, this is going to do it for that layout. Of course, I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive down there so I can keep my my photos flat. See, I was just amazed by the size of the cotter pins. So there we are. And that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the playlist down below for everyone else who is scrapbooking along to 30 days of sketches this March. Thanks again for watching, you guys, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.